I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jack, I think we're in trouble! Help! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go, Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Oh jeez, like almost 7 minutes of silence. Jeez. But yeah, welcome everyone to Let's Play Jak and Daxter The Precursor Legacy on the PlayStation 2. So yeah, I am Sonicbot. Right now, we are playing first stage area level, which is the Geyser Rock. So yeah. And let me just say one thing, is that this game does a very good job of explaining what it is. And in my previous recordings, and by that I mean one big recording, that I kept getting shut off by the tutorial. So yeah. For those who have watched my my Let's Play of Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge, I'm gonna put that on hold for now. Possibly in the future I may redo it because of so many things that have gone wrong. And well, I think it's best to start over instead of just continuing, because all that stress, man. But first of all, whenever you see this icon, it means it autosave. So every single thing that came up. So yeah. Well, anyway, because I was talking over the tutorial, what I was collecting, the eggs, the bronze eggs, are called precursor orbs, and they're basically the main collectible. In the sequel, and the second sequel, Jak 2 and Jak 3, they won't become collectibles anymore. Instead, well, they won't be the main collectible, but instead they'll be like, you know, like golden bolts and platinum bolts in the Ratchet and Clank games. So yeah. But the first recording of this game was using my computer, my own computer, which is a business computer, and the video and the audio weren't synced at all. So yeah. Oh yeah, and what I was collecting was scout flies. Collect 7, you get a power cell. What power cells are exactly are pretty much like your golden stars, golden bananas, golden jigsaw puzzles, stuff like that. Hourglasses. But yeah, this game is centered around, excuse me while I go blowing in the mic. What it does is that wait. You're right, I was talking about power cells. Whoops. But basically the main, what am I saying? What am I even saying? Well, anyway.
That's blue
Let's see, power cells are like the golden bananas, golden stars, power stars, golden bananas, jiggies, stuff like that. So yeah, this is pretty much Sony's answer to Mario 64 and Donkey Kong 64 on the N64. 64. 8 times 8 equals 64. I think. But yeah. What this game has is called, the power-ups in this game are called ecos. What we just went through was Blue Eco. Basically, it lets you run really fast and break boxes automatically and collect and attract precursor orbs and Blue Eco, as well as Green Eco to you. Green Eco is basically the health in this game. You can collect 50 small bits of it or collect one big chunk. And yeah. This is eco vent, which gives you a full charge of any type of eco. There are 4 ecos: green, blue, red, and yellow. I'll explain red and yellow when we get to them. So yeah, green eco, like I said before, is health. You can collect 50 smaller pieces. Or you can collect one big chunk. You can also get green eco events, but those are only available with regular Jak on foot. Those are only available in one area only. It's gonna show up again, but for a mission instead on a vehicle, which I'll get into later. So yeah, this is where the tutorial shows you, hey, green eco, collect. You're gonna see me collect green eco a lot because what the game doesn't tell you, at least I think it doesn't tell you, is that collecting 50 green ecos with a full health bar, you know, like this right now on the top left corner of the screen. Collecting 50, having the number 50 on your health bar is pretty much like a free hit before you start taking damage. So it's basically like, you know, the shield in Sonic the Hedgehog, or in Sonic the Hedgehog games, I should say. And it lets you take a hit basically lets you have a free hit without taking damage. And right now it's a cutscene. Enjoy.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jak? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!